An Istanbul court has formally placed Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu under arrest in a corruption investigation. Say they will appeal the decision. The court rejected a separate request to arrest him in a terror probe, tension over graft charges. His supporters have called the case politically motivated. İmamoğlu remained. In a message shared by his lawyers, he said, "I won't be bowed." Fighting. His arrest has sparked Turkey's a decade. For 4 days, protesters have filled the streets of Istanbul and Ankara, leading to clashes with police. Meanwhile, 15 million people voted in a symbolised by the opposition CHP as a mass show of support for İmamoğlu, as he was expected to be named the party's candidate for the 2028 presidential race. İmamoğlu was detained just days before the vote, a move seen by observers as an attempt to block his political. Mass demonstrations continuing, tensions remain high across the country. Let's take a listen to
Gerçekten de demokrasinin olduğu bir ülkede yaşamak bizim için çok zor. Ama Cumhuriyet Halk Partilerinin bir görevi var. Bu ülkede Cumhuriyeti demokrasiyle taçlandırmak gibi bir görevi var. Biz demokrasi mücadelesini her yerde, her ortamda ve bedeli ne olursa olsun vermek zorundayız. CHP'nin tarihsel bir sorumluluğu var. Bu tarihsel sorumluluğun gereğini yapıyor.
İmamoğlu'nun tutuklanma kararı, gözaltı kararının tam düşünüyorum. Arkadaşlarımızla yapılan zulümde ben de oradaydım. Her şey birinci elden şahit olmak beni çok duygulandırıyor. Henüz 21 yaşındayken böyle şeylerle mücadele etmek zorunda kalmamız.
We once again move to the Middle East, where a US airstrike hit Yemen's capital, Sanaa, late on Sunday, killing at least one person and injuring 13 others. The strike targeted a building in the Essa neighborhood. Eyewitnesses say the victims were passers-by and the building was empty at the time. The blast reduced shattered concrete, twisted metal and strewn across the site. Crews are still on. Nearby residents try to salvage what they can. Did little detail on its latest. The strikes come after the Houthis threatened to renew attacks over the war in Gaza.
تمام الساعة 10 تماما قام الحشم بضرب وقص صاروخ شارع على أعيان مدنية ولا يوجد فيها مخازن أسلحة ولا يوجد فيها كما ترون صوروا وشوفوا.
Over the country says would in an Israeli drone strike in the Skite car in Ita al-Shar district. Other strikes near a day after the most intense escalation since a November ceasefire. 7 people were killed on Hezbollah. Israel said the strikes were a response to Hezbollah denies any involvement, calling Israel's claims an excuse for more attacks. Iran has condemned Israel's strikes, calling them extensive military aggression, and warned that Israel remains a threat to international peace and security. Israel's cabinet has voted no confidence in a territorial Miara, escalating tensions between the government and its critics. Justice Minister Yariv Levin has called for her resignation, citing deep disagreements that hinder governance. However, her removal could take months. Week's dismissal of Shin Bet chief Ronan Bar, sparking accusations that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government is undermining state institutions. Mass protests erupted in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv Day, uniting demonstrators angry over government actions and handling of Israeli hostages still held in Gaza. Opposition leaders say Netanyahu is eroding democracy. Levin accused Baharav Miara of politicizing her role, while Netanyahu rejecting claims it aimed to obstruct a Shin Bet. The Supreme Court has temporarily halted Bar's dismissal, adding to the growing arrest across Israel. Let's take a look at some of the residents had to say.
To the Israeli government that their actions to ruin the Israeli democracy and leave the hostages in Gaza will not pass. We are here to make it clear Israel is a democracy and will stay a democracy, and the hostages in Gaza will be freed by the Israeli government as soon.
More news now. US Vice President J.D. Vance's wife, Usha Vance, is heading to Greenland this Thursday. She will tour historical sites, explore local heritage and attend the country's national dog sled race. A US delegation, including top officials, will accompany her. This visit comes as President Donald Trump continues to push for US annexation of Greenland. The territory is rich in minerals and holds a key strategic position for US defense. The governments of Greenland and Denmark strongly oppose the idea. Greenland just held elections with the winning party favoring a slow path to independence. Meanwhile, US officials will also visit an American military base in Greenland. Washington has yet to clarify its next steps, but Trump remains firm on his ambitions. Pope Francis has returned to the